So, good afternoon and welcome to our RC friends across the globe as we've now tuned into the finals of the MICC round 2. Good afternoon and welcome along to Telford for the Midland Indoor Carpet Championships 2024. This is round 2 of 3. Round 1 was on the 20th of October. Round 2 here today on the 15th of December, with round 3 on the 23rd of February. 4 rounds of qualifying, best 2 to count, 1 final, and the results can be found on www.rcresults.com under MB Models. So just like to say a big welcome to everybody that's watching this live.
2 minutes till race 1
in the paddock area, and as you can see on the screen, cars already getting out to the track, which will be final number 1, which is the C final for front-wheel drive. Competitors are Kris, Jonas, Matt, Jonathan, Stuart, Neil, Chris Burgess, Nick, Ian and Martin. 10 drivers ready to compete with the MICC round 1. 136 drivers here today, completing in 3 disciplines across 12 heats, 34 in front-wheel drive, 80 in 17.5 Blinky, 22 in open modified, racing on the Volante Slick 28 in touring cars and the Ride Slick front-wheel drive tyre for the fronties. Mix of chosen chassis across from the top manufacturers worldwide: Schumacher, Matrix, Yokomo, Mugen, RC Maker X-Ray, RSN Infinity, as the cars now are on the track, getting their tyres up to race temperature. A track which has been figured out with 6 rights, 5 lefts, 1 straight here at Telford today. Lots of very trying and twisty turns around this technical infield to catch you unawares with some super fast corners.
Hold on, I've got no
okay,
mouse.
guys, get ready. We are going down to 30 seconds
till race number 1.
And don't see the marshals appearing out just yet, so we do need the marshals out as quickly as possible.
That'll do. Close enough. Let's see where we get on then. Okay, marshals are ready. Okay then, so we'll go for a 10-second countdown.
Going down to on the clock right now. 20 seconds on the clock. 10 seconds. So your pole position now brings us away for the start of finals here at the MICC in Telford, UK, for the second round of this championship. On the carpet surfaces all around the track here, you can see that Kris Forrest has made a very good start, converting pole position into an early doors lead. He's opened just a little bit of a gap. He comes into the MB complex for the second time here, down what we call a mini straight, but there is a straight line through there, through the braking zone, out through the antenna right-hander. He's under a bit of a pressure here from the green and white car in second position. That's Jonas Flanagan. Just looking at his rear spoiler on that car. He got a little bit close to it, but not that time round, so it looks like Kris Forrest is still holding the lead on lap 3 of this C final. Front-wheel drive cars on the slick ride tyre, control tyre here for this championship. Now we got the second place car under all sorts of pressure from 2 contenders now, the red and black car and the orange car, fighting for that 3rd position. A podium at stake here at the MICC in Telford for this second round of the championship. Leader down the back straight, the Schumacher straight into the complex at the right-hander, right 1, right 2. Leader coming into the M&B Models complex very nicely through that and down past the race control straight in towards that very sharp braking zone at the antenna right-hander. Now the second place man, Jonas Flanagan, has pulled a little bit of a gap on the 3rd place Stuart Day, so it's 1, 2 and 5. Stuart Day made a great start from 5th off the grid, currently lying in 3rd position. The orange coloured car now just coming towards race control, down the mini straight into the braking zone at that particular part of the track, around the antenna right-hander, through the essays back onto the straight. Now he's taken a fraction of a second out of the second place man. That's green and white car just losing a little bit of time. Now we got traffic in the way here. Oh, it's getting very busy out there, just like the M25 on a Sunday afternoon. And it looks like the race leader got caught a little bit in the traffic. So Kris Forrest, Jonas Flanagan and Stuart Day all in the groove, but I think we've lost one of the contenders. I think that was poor old Stuart Day, got caught up in traffic. He's still there, but he's lost a little bit of time here to the second place car, the green and white front wheel drive car in second position, going down the Schumacher straight towards the right-hand complex. Right one, right two, into the MB complex now. Left and right affair as he brings it up the middle straight and down onto the hook as he comes past race control one more time. That's your race leader, the white car with the green aerofoil at the back, through the S's back onto the Schumacher straight, and Jonas Flanagan on the clock with 2:34, just over halfway distance, and it is mighty pressure here for second on the podium, second and third now, the green and white coloured car with the orange car now giving him a little bit more chase going into the tight jaws of the apex here. 1, 2, 5, 4, 3, 8, 7, 6, 9 and 10 is your batting order as we come up onto 3 minutes of racing, 2 to go. This is the C final, leg number 1, race number 1, and your race leader, the white car, coming up behind traffic now. Steph on the rostrum has to call the order for the slower cars to move out the way. They're being lapped, and look at this as we get towards 1 minute and 40 seconds on the clock. It looks like the race leader now is getting all sorts of signals from the second place. He's gone for the maneuver. It didn't work, but he's got that momentum as he goes into the antenna right-hander over the curb, and he's got that, and he's just put it into the scenery. He was looking for the sandwiches in the glove box. It didn't work out that time, and he's just lost a little bit of momentum. In fact, he's lost a whole heap of positions for that maneuver, which he didn't think about too deeply. He'll be thinking about that all the way home tonight, I'm sure. Now then, it looks like the pole man, Kris Forrest, held the lead of this race which we started 3 minutes and 46 seconds ago. He's now got a different sort of pressure because the rear view mirror of his car is going to be full of the orange bonnet of the second place man, Stuart Day, who had a terrific start off 5th off the grid and currently holding that second position on the track, just trying to keep it in the groove, as we say. Into the final 50 seconds of the C final, race number 1. Your race leader is Mr. Kris Forrest. Pole position, he's had a bit of a challenge here from the second place man, but it didn't work out for poor old Stuart Day, or should I say Jonathan, but Stuart Day now trying to just coax that car around. He looks like he's got a few problems, he's got tail enders, and now he's coming back up. 30 seconds to the clock, 30 seconds to the go. Here comes the challenge into the right-handers, 1 and 2, now into the complex, the MB pilots. And he's just touched the race leader. He's had a good look at his boot lid. He sees his luggage in there, but he doesn't want to take that home. He wants that first place as he goes into the antenna turn. Is he going to make the maneuver this time? And we got a new curve. Jonathan Ridley is in there, is in the mix. 1, 2 and 3, 7 seconds to the clock. This is the last lap. They're coming round now. Kris Forrest, can he hold it all the way to the line? I'm sure he can. He's got 1 straight and 2. He's rolled it. He's absolutely stopped
7,
it into that part of the
6,
track, and that's given away victory
5,
to Stuart Day.
4,
he drove an absolutely
2,
brilliant race
1,
in third, then second,
3,
and put the pressure, and a grip roll there
10,
for your race leader, Kris Forrest, who's finished down
9,
in 4th position.
8, race
Absolutely
over.
run out
The
of talent
finishing
at the
order
wrong
is
time,
5,
at the wrong
4,
part of the track.
2,
What an
1,
absolute shame.
3,
He must be kicking
6,
himself, but well
8,
done to Stuart
7,
Day. Victory
9,
in the C final in the
10.
front wheel drive from Jonathan Ridley. Jonas Flanagan has come back to take that third position. Then it's Kris Forrest, your pole position man and race leader for 4 minutes and 58 seconds of the race, and then he gave it away. Oh dear, he'll be kicking himself when he gets back to the paddock, but that's motor racing for you. Then it was 3, 6, 8, 7, 9 and 10. So that is race 1 on the clock and done and dusted. Now moving into the second race. It's the front wheel drive.
Nice and
speed
slow,
final.
guys, nice and slow.
Pole position man Chris Green from Richard Norris, Andrew Vincent, Andy Bird, Stephen Davis.
Slow them down, slow them down.
John Torman, David Milford,
Okay, as you
Russell
arrive
Thomas,
on the main
Alfie
straight, there are
Hart,
cars parked, so slow them down.
Linson and
30
Gordon
seconds
Dempsey
till
are
race
your
2.
contenders.
And we don't want any cars going the wrong way down the track, ever.
So the car's getting onto the grid now for the second race here at the MICC. As I said before, there are people across the world on live stream. If you want to view it, it is online, www.rcresults under MB models.
That was just a trick, by the way.
Just waiting for the marshals to come
We're
out.
just waiting for the marshals.
Please, can you get on point as quickly as possible? We are entertaining the world with your talents here today at the MICC. Let's just step it up a little bit. So we get the marshals out, the drivers are ready and waiting. Steph the belly's on the rostrum. He's waiting to give the stop and go if needed. And all we do now is the bodies surrounded by the lovely day-glow orange waistcoats out there on the track. So you should know your marshalling orders and positions. You can get to your positions as quickly as possible. Not like mine. I mean,
Kris Parrott, where are you?
That is what you call quick walking. Everybody waits, but never mind. Here he is. Nice one, Mikey. That's what I'll call cool dude. Cool dude.
We're still missing some marshals. Kris Parrott.
This guy's so cool. So cool. He can drive up the motorway, park at a coach, and pinch the internet off the coach. That's how cool this guy is. He can wear his baseball cap the other way going into court.
10. John Seals. Are we still here, John, or have we gone home? Here we go, look. Trot on. Down here, John, 10. Near the loop.
So if you are waiting at home, videoing this, looking on the screen, and you can see the weight, this is this guy here. Nice Sunday walk as he comes up.
As you can see, no rush in him at all.
There we go. Take a bow, sir. Thank you.
Here we go, 10 seconds then, guys.
Race 2, B final, front wheel drive, now on the clock, and we are running and rolling around the very tight, complex circuit here at the MICC round 2. Green and white car again in the lead of this B final, and that's Kris Green. He's got green on the car, he's got green on the timing screen, because that is his name, he's on the scene. Mr. Green, Kris Green from Richard Norris and Andrew Vincent was your starting order. And just running in that complex ride. So Richard Norris did hold second position. He's still got it. Andrew Vincent, Andrew Bird are up there third and fourth on the track at the moment. At the moment we speak, just 36 seconds after the start. And now we'll just follow the race leader, and the second place man is getting very close. Down the mini straight in front of the race control, through the antenna right-hander, through the S's, hooking back onto the Schumacher straight, down the straightaway into the turns 1, 2 and 3. Into the complex at the MB Models complex. A left or right affair with your race leader Kris Green giving it the large one. Tyres are up to race temperature now, sweetly through the S's right in front of us. I'm going to call that Beckett's because these cars come through here lightning quick, and we've got a gaggle of front-wheel drive touring cars as they go down the back straight, all fighting for position here at Telford today. Race leader now opened up a big gap on the second place driver Richard Norris, and Ian Wallacey not too far behind with Andrew Vincent and Andrew Bird and John Tolman all in the mix. 1 minute 22 on the clock. B final, race number 2 on the clock here for the 15th of December. This is the second of 3 events on the Midland Indoor Carpet Championships 2024 at Telford in the heart of the Midlands in the United Kingdom. So your race leader now, he's got a big gap between himself and second place, and the car hooking up nicely across the apexes of the track here at Telford today. Through the antenna right-hander, now onto the Schumacher straight, down towards the complex, which is a right 1, 2, up towards a left-hander, through the complex, another right-hander and a left-hander, a bit of a mini straight. It looks from the rostrum as if there's a chicane there, but you can actually straight line the car, keep the power on, keep it sweet, keep it in the groove, keep it on the money, and that's exactly what your race leader Kris Green converted pole position in the B final, just missed out on the A final, but now sweetly into the mix, and behind him is Richard Norris, car number 2, which is, I think, this blue and white car with a bit of a yellow flash on it, going through the S's onto the straight. So the length between first and second is about the length between the driver's rostrum, first and second. There goes your race leader coming up towards race control now, past race control. This is your second place man. On the gap, we've got about 2.7 seconds is the time difference between first and second position. But Richard Norris, they'll have to keep his eye on Ian Wallacey, who's bringing up a gaggle of front-wheel drive cars in that third, fourth and fifth position. There goes your race leader down onto the straight now. We'll just clock the second place man coming onto the straight now. And there comes the battle for third, fourth and I think we lost the 5th place guy, but 3rd and 4th are having a bit of a ding-dong as they come into the complex, left and right, right and left. And they are catching the 2nd place man very nicely indeed, is on point, trying to keep the lights switched on there, keeping it in the groove between the white track markers, or the orange track markers, swapped there for 3rd position. The green car now moved up in 3rd position. That will be Andrew Vincent just passing Ian Wallacey as they come through on the mini straight now. Oh, and the white car just having a quick look at the inside there. So Andrew Vincent just couldn't squeeze his front wheel drive car past that time. 3:37 on the clock. Race 2. This is the B final. Now this is the dice for 2nd and 3rd positions. Race leader just going past race control. Here comes your 2nd place man up the straight into the lovely Beckett's complex around the antenna right-hander. It looks like that green car's now opened up a little bit of daylight on the 2nd, 3rd place man. That's Andrew Vincent. So Richard Norris, car number 2, still in 2nd place. Andrew Vincent in 3rd, and Ian Wallacey, car number 6, there in 4th position. 4:05 on the clock. We're into the final minute of this B final, race number 2. Kris Green still in the lead, converted very, very nicely, pole position into the lead, just going around the tail ender, which could be tricky if the tail ender doesn't see you coming up. So through the S's back onto the Schumacher straight. Nice bit of driving here from your race leader, Kris Green, Richard Norris, Andrew Vincent, Ian Wallacey, Andy Bird, all there. Paul, Richard, Russell, Gordon, David, John, Alfie and Stephen. So your running order with 20 seconds is 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 11, 9, 12, 8, 7, 10. No Stephen Davis in this one. Seconds away now, 12 seconds on the clock. Your race leader just in the groove and just going over the loop for what could be his final lap. It could be the final lap here for your race leader, Kris Green. He's converted pole position into the lead, and he hasn't looked back all the way through. He's got just over a 2.5 second lead of the 2nd place man, which 11, will be Richard Norris to the line and over the loop. 7, and victory for Kris Green in front 10, of Richard Norris 2, and Andy Vincent. 3, and Ian Wallace should 6, be bringing up that 3rd
race
position.
Over. The finishing order is
nicely done there,
2,
Kris. Great
3,
drive from
6,
pole to
4,
victory.
9,
and
12,
points towards
8,
the championship.
11,
Best 2
7.
out of 3 in the championships to count as well. So a result there for 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 9, 12, 8, 11, 7, 10 and 5.
Okay then, can we have marshals out from Group 1? Basically the Team Hinckley. So most of our Hinckley drivers are in this one. So you need to be out marshalling, please.
Sounds all right, go over there. Good, good. When it got,
Here we go. So big thank you as well to the people who built the track. Big thank you to the Stafford crew for helping out putting the track together. We'll be here taking it down as well. To Michael Ball from MB Models, for Neil on the PC, the sound and the live stream, Roger Cosgrove in race control, Steph the Belly up there on the driver's rostrum doing the refereeing. We got Charlie in scrutineering, and we got Neo's Kitchen outside. So all those people making it all happen today, with the volunteers coming up a bit later as well. So just going to move into the next race, guys, which will be the A final for the front wheel drive.
Okay, we just double check on all the marshals.
Just making sure we get the marshals here. So Ben Cosgrove in pole position from Ricky Copsey, Matt Glaps, Matt Uvlax, Craig Nuttin, David Flanagan, Ethan Southall.
Yeah, just waiting for Kris. So Kris Burgess, there we go.
Greg,
he's there.
Lee and Stewart.
Okay, so got 10 seconds then. Okay, with 10 seconds then, guys, here we go.
On the clock with 10 seconds from your race director, Roger Cosgrove. Stand by, drivers. So Ben Cosgrove leads the pack away for race number 3, the A final. Front wheel drive cars, the very realistic look of these front wheel drive cars. So the X-ray driver, Ben Cosgrove, liking that. So it's, I think, an X-ray 1, 2, 3, 4 as we come down to pit straight again. Just 40 seconds into this with Ben Cosgrove very cleanly away from pole position in this A final front-wheel drive, race number 3 on the calendar. But Ricky Copsey not too far behind with his X-ray machine, and just in front of Matthew Lax and Craig David Ethan. Very close on the track at the moment. Your race leader down the back, the Schumacher straight into the right complex. Now into turns 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, almost coming up together down the mini straight, keeping the power, keeping it smooth. Got to keep it smooth. Through Beckett's into the antenna right-hander, through the S's, back onto the Schumacher straight. Right behind him, Ricky, Matthew and Craig, all in a little bit of a fight themselves for that second, third and fourth positions. There's nothing in that for the...
I'm not sure what they're running.
So we got Ben in, it's an X-ray final this way. The top Schumacher driver is actually Ethan Southall down there in, I think he's down there in 5th position at the moment with car number 6, but it's X-ray 1, 2, 3, 4 front wheel drive affair right at the top end of the A final, race number 3. Ben Cosgrove with about a 1.1 second, not a lot in touring cars, but it's big in front wheel drive because you've got to keep it to the maximum. Keep the maximum burning all day long. So Ricky Copsey, Matthew Lax and Craig Nutting cars 2, 3 and 4 in those positions as well. Just trying to keep the groove. One mistake and we've got tail enders to configure as well. 2 minutes and 17 seconds into this race number 3, the A final front wheel drive here at the MICC, round 3 of the championship. One more affair to come up, and that is coming up in February, I believe. So yeah, it's 4 rounds, best 2 to qualify for your grid position. Race 3 is in the 23rd of February, just been told. So it looks like Ben now with the tyres up to what they call the window temperature, with a tail ender in front of him, just nicely into the groove. The car all up to the heat process. He's really sort of in the groove now, and he just goes past the tail ender with the second, third and fourth affair just coming down the straight into the right-handed affair now.
And the next 3 cars too will be second, third and fourth.
Matthew Lax and Craig Nutting, you can see just how much speed they're carrying. A tail ender just rolls in front of us, but didn't come to any sort of grief for the second, third and fourth affair. That's the only dice we've got on at the moment. There's something happening a little bit down track, but it's not about what's happening at the sharp end of business. And it does look like Matthew Lax is closed up a little bit on Ricky Copsey as they come down the Schumacher straight into the right-hander. 1, 2, into the complex, the MB complex. This is the left-right, flinging it down the straight into another apex and past the race control, in through Beckett's onto the antenna right-hander. Matthew Lax has now picked up the pace a little bit. It took a tenth out of Mickey Copsey's speed that time round. And on the clock, we've got 1 minute and 15 seconds to go. Race number 3 is getting closer through the turns. He's having a look up the inside, but Ricky Copsey is having none of it. He's closed the door big time. Stops the draft going onto the front bonnet of Matthew Lax's car. These two have pulled away a little bit from Craig Nutting, car number 4. Out there on the track, the race leader coming past race control. There he goes into Beckett's, and now here comes the dice for second and third position.
Okay, Lee is the leader with you.
Very close indeed, looking for a way past. Can he just squeeze that X-ray past the X-ray of Ricky Copsey? And Ricky Copsey is no mean contender. He will try and keep that door firmly shut if he loses just a little bit of momentum. 34 seconds on the clock to go. This is going to be 2 more laps at this pace. Ricky Copsey trying to do everything to defend. He's opened up a little bit of a daylight between himself and Matthew Lax. There's nothing in the car setup. It's all about driver skill here. It's all about trying to get that car round the next lap, because we are on the final lap now. Down the straight goes Matthew Lax. He's looking up the inside. He's got the headlights on. He's banging the steering wheel, trying to get more speed out of that car. We got a couple of tail enders in front of him. It's going to be to the line. Ben Cosgrove going to cross the line. He's got 1 more lap to go, but are they going to get to the line? I think we're on the final lap. This is the final lap.
Okay, Lee, you've got second and third with you.
Race number 3. This is the big one. Can Ricky Copsey keep that defence going? He's done so well all the last 5 minutes. It looks like he's going to do it. It's going to be a win for Ben Cosgrove. It's going to be second place for Ricky, third place for Max. But what a brilliant drive.
11.
Absolutely defence to the maximum. So great drive there for Ricky and for Matthew.
Race over.
In
the finishing order is
1,
to
Ben
2,
Cosgrove. Congratulations,
3,
Ben.
4,
Well done.
6,
Congratulations, Ricky,
5,
and
8,
to Matthew
10,
as
9,
well.
11.
So that's the front wheel drive done for this round of the championship. We now move on to the first round of the touring cars, which is the 17.5 G final. So we'll sort the marshals out and get everybody in trim, ready for race number 4 on your calendar.
And can we have marshals out, please, from race 2, which is the B final front wheel drive. So front wheel drive B finalists to marshal, please.
And don't forget, if you are viewing this
30
on
seconds
live
till
stream
race
and you want
4.
to see the results of today's event, please go to www.rc results and look under MB models. You'll see all the results of today and some of the lap times as well. So just waiting for a change of configuration into the machinery. In round 2 on the 15th of December today, we're now going to go into the four-wheel drive 17.5 Blinky. And just waiting for the marshals just to appear here. So we've got Joel, Bryony, Ben, Michael, Sarah, Mike, Andy, Mick, Keith, Chloe, and Mick Kelly bring up the rear of the touring car 17.5 G final. I think we got all the marshals out. Just a bit of track repair going on right in the middle. That took a lot of time to get up there, that, Roger. I see that Steph the belly up there on the driver's rostrum. See if he's going to be happy with everything the drivers already.
Okay, just quick marshal check.
In here as well, so stand by, guys.
Okay, looks good to me. Okay then, so here we go then, 10 seconds, guys.
So 10 seconds coming up. So four-wheel driving around the track now instead of the old fronty drive, two-wheel drive, and already we got some coming together on lap 1 here, but your pole position man with the 17.5 Blinky. Very fast kind of cars these are, especially for the indoors. A bit more turnability, a bit more speed.
Easy, guys, take it easy.
And it looks very much similar like Joel Whitworth, car number 1. Got a great start from pole position. Gets the tyres up to temperature as quickly as possible. They come up with the warmers on. It does look like Joel's got that car in the groove. But let's see if he can negotiate the tail enders if he gets up to him. Second place, Ben Hobbs, third off the grid in front of Mick Shepherd, car number 8. Had a lightning start, did Mick. 8th on the grid, now in 3rd position. And he's going to put a challenge into the second place man. We'll see just how quick the lightning can appear for the 3rd place guy. That's Keith Harris, car number 9, now moved up into 3rd position. And Sarah, now car 5, just dropped a position or moved up a position from 5th on the grid to currently hold that 4th slot. So the G final 17.5 Blinky with your race leader, car number 1, Joel Whitworth, out there in the groove, in a different postcode at the moment, just nicely and sweetly just keeping the car between the orange lines, not getting too greedy onto the apexes, just nicely in the affair here. So Joel just nice. Jonathan Riley, can you come for your trophy, please? Jonathan Riley. If you can hear this, mate, can you come and pick up your trophy before we put it on eBay? Thank you. So back into the event on track here. Your pole position man, sweetly away. He's got half a lap, I believe. It's 4.5 seconds the lead between first and second now, which is Sarah, car number 5. Sarah doing very sweetly. Nice maneuver up on 5th off the grid into 2nd position currently. So Sarah just gone over the line there. It's a pink-coloured car coming down the straight into the right-hander, then another right-hander up into the MB complex, which is a left-right affair. Mini straight before the dog leg that brings you in front of race control through Beckett's. The tail end looking a little bit happy there for Sarah through the S's and back onto the Schumacher straight. Good lap there, Sarah. Is a Sarah racing car number 5 in 2nd position. 5 seconds away from the leader, but 4 seconds in front of the third place Keith Harris, car number 9. So these guys from the back of the grid working their way up through traffic, through a very busy couple of first laps, but now sweetly into the groove. So let's take a running order and a check on the race positions at the moment. At 3 minutes, it's 159, 642, 810, 3, no 7 and no 11 being counted on your scoring device. So it is 1, 5 and 9 currently looking at a podium position and finish in this race number 4, the G final. 3 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. Joel out there and Sarah just got over the line with a tail ender in front of her. That's the pink coloured car, highest lady qualifier in 17.5. And we do have some very top female drivers with us today at the MICC. We've probably got one of the top European lady drivers with us who drives for X-Ray. That's Harley Aldridge, and in front of her very proud father, Brian Aldridge. Harley doing very big things over in Europe and across into the BRCA as well. Racing gas cars and racing 110 touring cars on track, on tarmac outside and on the carpeted indoor tracks as well. So super female drivers, as I said, probably one of the top European drivers we have with us today. So Joel, Sarah and Mike. Then it's Bridie, another top racer, another top female racer, car number 2, back up into 4th position. Michael Burks, Keith Harris, Mick Shepherd, Chloe and Ben. So it's good to see a mix of the ability up there on the driver's rostrum and a mix of the ability down here on the track as well. Just about 40 seconds to go, drivers, in the G final, race number 4. It's still 156. Mike Watts has moved up into 3rd position. So it's 156. Brian, you're not too far behind with car number 2. 156, 2, 4, 9, 8, 10, 3 is your running order in the G finals. We come to the dying seconds now. Let's pick up the race leader, car number 1. Joel Whitworth, I think, has got maybe one more lap to go. He's just going over the line there. He goes back onto the Schumacher straight, up towards turns number 1, 2 and 3 into the complex. Swings it left, then swings it right. And well,
5,
it's just going to come to the finishing line now,
6,
down the mini straight into
8,
Beckett's for the final
2,
time, and
10,
victory in the
1,
G final for
4,
Joel Whitworth in front of Sarah. Well done, Sarah, and Mike Watts there.
9.
In
Race
position.
over.
There we go.
The finishing
Bryony,
order is
Michael, Keith,
1,
Mick,
5,
and Chloe.
6,
So that's game
2,
over for
4,
race number
9,
4, the G
8,
final.
10, 3, 7.
17.5. Blinky class.
Okay, marshals will be from the front-wheel drive A final now, please.
Right, now moving to the race 4. It's a Blinky final.
So can we have the B final, 1st, 2nd and 3rd. That's front-wheel drive B final, 1st, 2nd and 3rd for their trophies. And more importantly, Alfie, we need you as
30
well.
seconds till
So,
race 5.
Mr. Hart, Alfie, we need you for a trophy and a smile.
Okay, so moving into race number 5 on your calendar, boys and girls, guys and goddesses. It's race 5. It's the 17.5 Blinky F final. Stuart, Jordan, Michael, Richard, Toby, Mark, Tim, James, Dean, Joshua, Joe and Gavin are you going to be your drivers.
So we're just waiting for the
5,
marshals.
Blinky on the track. Just getting the marshals sorted here.
10.
If that's, I'm not mistaken, that looked like Greg. Is that Greg from X-Ray? It is Greg from X-Ray. He's over there. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah. Nice.
Who's the last one? It might be Stuart Woodend. Congratulations, Stu. I think we need to give you a prize for today for being the last one to marshal in every single heat. So, okay. So we're good. So 10 seconds countdown, and then
So
over
we've
to
got 10
Kris.
seconds to the start of this race right here. With Stuart Air, car number 1 in front of Jordan, then Michael, then Richard, then Toby. Eyes down, looking in, guys. So your pole position man brings the field away from the starting grid. The green-coloured car with the black roof on the back is being challenged for the lead as they go into Beckett's for the first time. Pressure on, great manoeuvre. Oh, it's come to grief there. Shame for the pink-coloured car. That was Jordan Coleman. He put the manoeuvre on early doors, and it just didn't pay off, and he's in all sorts of problems back down there in the traffic. But we have a new race leader now. We have to go back to the screen to see exactly who it is, but that was a little bit of an untidy start. He went for the manoeuvre first time round, and unfortunately it just didn't work out for him. But a great start there from the pole position man. So Michael Little, car number 3, taking up the lead here from car number 5. Toby Gittins and Mark Spencer, James Reynolds, and car number 2, Jordan Coleman, down there in 5th position. But a lightning start there, and unfortunately just didn't work out for him. So just coming on to the first minute now. Your running order is Michael, Toby, and Mark. So it's 3, 5, 6, 8, 2, 10, 4, 1, 12, 7, 11, and 9. So I want to keep my eyes on car number 2 because that was a great manoeuvre. Pink-coloured car going down the straight now with the 17.5 Blinky in this F final, race number 5 on the calendar. I think it's the one with the yellow back, we'll just check as he goes over the line next time round to see if it is Jordan Coleman. No, it's not him. That's Toby Griffiths, the race leader. Car number 5 from car number 3. Jordan Coleman, car number 2, just going over the line. That's that pink-coloured car going down the straight into turns 1, 2, and 3. The right-hander, now some left turns coming up in front of him with another car in front of him, which is going to be the orange, black, and white car. Can he do anything about that? This is the part of the track which he lost out because he went for the manoeuvre and got smashed into the smithereens as he went looking on the outer shelf for something that wasn't there. And unfortunately, there was no room except a marshalling track post and a marshal's foot, unfortunately. Nicely through, but he's keeping it a very wide line that time round. But I think he's still battling down there in 5th position with car number 2. The sharp end of business, it's still Toby and Michael just going off the back straight there. The start straight through the complex, so it's looking very much as if he's got a 3-second lead. It is in fact a 3-second lead of the second place. So it's 5 just going over the line and on the back straight now. Car number 5 in the lead from car number 3, Michael Little, car number 3 there. And one car just turned around and marshalling activity screamed at so they can get on the case here. You got eyes in the back of your head, these cars hurling around the track so fast here at Telford today. Round 2 of the championship, 2 out of 3, so we could see somebody taking the cup or keeping their hands on the MICC Super Cup here today. So Toby on the back straight just right now, going down the back straight. Will pick up his progress next time round. He's had a good start from 5th off the grid. A lot of cars
course on the main straight.
The corners, but now kindly in the groove here, car number 5. So car number 5 just going over the line now. That is the pink-coloured car with the yellow aerofoil at the back of the car, just coming through the complex, at the MEB complex now. So it's he's a very sweet sort of driver at the moment. He's inherited that 5th lead because that part of the track, which was about 14 laps ago, a lot of traffic, a lot of crashing going on. 3:35 on the clock, 1.5 to go. And the race leader now with a 3.5, or it's almost a 4-second lead as he goes onto the start-finish straight. Down the Schumacher straight towards turns 1, 2, and 3 into the complex. A left-hander, a right-hander, another left-hander, bit of a straight into the dogleg, up towards Beckett's, keeps the power on. Nice braking into the Altena turn as he goes down the straight to complete another lap, which is going to be predicted onto a very fast time here. Coming up on 5-second lead now between himself and the second place man, Michael Little, car number 3 from Jordan Coleman, who's battled his way back up into 2nd position. And that's the pink-coloured car going down the straight with a black airfoil. Now it's the race leader, the black airfoil. Here he comes past race control. Can he do anything about that car right in front of him going over there? He's got that 2nd place. Michael Little, car number 3. He's about 5 seconds off his pace. With about 30 seconds to go, well, that's the difference between an accident or not, or finishing on the podium. So as we come up towards the 9 seconds of race number 5, the F final, 17.5, looks like Toby Giffins has got this one in the bag. He doesn't need a satellite navigation system or the Collins A to Z to get him home. He knows his way around this track, and I think he's going to park this one in the complex of number number 1 on the track, number 1 on the computer, and it's going to be a race victory for Toby, car number 5, as he just completes the last 9 seconds of this
12.
race here. Just looking out for him on the track here.
11.
Coming towards race
10.
control.
7.
Just to try and put
3.
this one in the bag.
6.
And a
2.
nice victory there. Michael Lee gets second place. Jordan
9.
Coleman, congratulations, third place.
8.
A very great start. And race
5.
leader just going on to the straight now. He's just put that
1.
one in the bag. So well done,
Race
Toby.
over. The finishing
Great
order
drive from
is
Michael Little, but a
5,
brilliant
3,
drive there from Jordan
2,
Coleman.
8,
Great
1,
manoeuvre, which
10,
didn't work out,
7,
unfortunately, but
6,
you've got that third
11,
position and some
9.
points towards the championship. So that's race number 5 over. Your finishing result is 5, 3, 2, 8, 1, 10, 7, 6, 11, 9, 12, and 4. Okay, guys, first 3 from the 4-wheel drive A final for your trophies. Ben Cosgrove, Ricky Copsey, and Matthew Lax. Ben, Ricky, and Matthew, can you pick up your trophies, please? Thank you.
So marshals will be from Group 4, the 17.5 Blinky G final.
The clock is ticking, so
Please be careful because we've got Craig doing some track repairs.
6.
which is the E final. Scott Soley, Hugh Stockford, Steve Chapman, Jack Norsworthy, Mike Henson, Joshua Beach, David Mansey, Steve, Pete, Joe, and Simon. Let's get the marshal sorted out, and then we were off and running for this.
So Mick Kelly we don't
race
have.
Number 6 on the calendar. Marshall in the middle of the track. Okay.
He didn't. There is no Marsh 11. So don't crash in the middle bit. Maybe we could. Who can we put in there? Nobody really. Okay, we'll go. Right. 10 seconds then.
So off we go for the E final, race number 6 on the calendar, with Scott making a very good start with a pink, yellow, pink, blue and white car into Beckett's for the first time, around the antenna turn, through the S's onto the Schumacher straight for the first time at racing speed, and right behind him, Hugh Stockford, Steve Chapman. They're in the groove and in the wheel tracks of your race leader. Been watching these guys through qualifying. They are very razor sharp as they get towards race lap number 3 as they go to lap number 2 over the light timing equipment. Scott Shirley very nicely into the complex. We've got a bit of a coming together for the second place now, and that's allowed Scott away to give himself almost a 2-second lead over the second place man, Steve Chapman. Hugh Stockford, car number 2, down into 3rd position. So as this race settles into what we could technically call the groove, car number 1, Scott Shirley, on his own. 3.5-second lead has just opened up to a 3.7-second lead. The white, pink and blue car coming up towards tail enders. The ref will be on the mic just to tell them to move over the race leader through. Just missed out on the D final in this affair today. Race number 6 is the E final. Top of the E final qualifying. Scott Shirley with, I think it was a Yokomo car has gone underneath his so Schumacher's got the Schumacher stickers on the side of it anyway, so the orange car just about to be lapped by the race leader, and a big gap now. It is 5.19 seconds in front of Steve Chapman, and then car number 8 has come up from 8th off the grid into 3rd position. Igor, car number 8, just holding that 3rd position. We'll just take a check on his lap times next time he comes past race control. Is 15 seconds behind, or shall I say, yeah, about 10 seconds behind the race leader. So your running order coming up on 2 minutes of race number 6. The E final is 1, 3, 8, 7, 4, 11, 6, 10, 12, 2, 5, and no Steve Jones, car number 9 in this E final. So car number 1 still in the groove. but the dice is going to open up between second and third, between 3 and 8 out here on the track. Steve Chapman going down the back straight now. I called it the back straight, the Schumacher straight into turns 1, 2 and 3. There goes your second place man. I go car number 8. Big gap between second and third. So with 2.5 minutes gone, 2.5 to go. The lead is now 6 seconds between first and second. So Scott Shirley has really got this one sort of like pointed at the moment. Scott Shirley from Steve Chapman. Igor, Jack, Joe, Joshua, David, Pete, Simon, Hugh and Mike. Your running order is 1, 3, 8, 4, 11, 6, 7, 10, 12 and 2 and 5. 2 minutes 51 seconds on the clock, and it looks like the gap between first and second is massive, 7.24 seconds. And then there's another 5 seconds between the second and third place man. So Steve and I got just, well, there's a big gap there between second and third. Doesn't seem to be any sort of racing activity out there. They're just trying to look for anybody making mistakes, if they can make it up, just like that orange and yellow car just hit the track marker at the wrong time. But that skipped him in the grooves. So that's car number 8 just gone over the line there, just going into turns 1, 2 and 3 into the complex. Past your race commentator, should I say race director, Roger Cosgrove, is sitting in the middle of the track here just doing a bit of marshalling and enjoying himself there. He's got some sandwiches out of his pocket and a flask of coffee, so he's not too busy, so he's got time just to do what he wants to do. And I think Roger's gone to sleep now because there's no activity in the middle of the track, so Roger just enjoying himself out there. So there goes your race leader down the Schumacher straight towards turns 1 and 2, up towards the complex now, through the complex. And this is going to be his 16th attempt to get that car around the track. Doing very nicely as well. He's Scott there up on the driver's rostrum. That's his 17th lap now. Scott Shirley with a 10-second lead over the second place Steve Chapman, car 3. And car 3 has got a 4-second lead over car number 8. So it's 1, 3, 8, 4, 7, 6, 10, 11, 12, 2, 5, no car 9. 30 seconds to go, drivers, of the E-final, race number 6 on the calendar. And that's a big crash right in front of the antenna and the screen for the live stream. And that was, I think we all felt it in race control. And I think a lot of people in the shopping business thought, oh, damage to a car, could be a bit of business going on here. He's looking for the diff which come out the car, I believe. It hit so high, he's put both diffs out the car, dropped a couple of drive shafts. And there's another person getting into a bit of trouble here with body shells coming off the wrong place, and that's right in front of the antenna for the live screen. Finish laps, drivers, coming up on 5 minutes.
10,
it looks like it's going to be a big victory here for Scott.
11,
a victory,
1,
21 laps, which will put him into the D final, I'm sure. But as everybody else now finishes their
12,
laps, it's going to be a second place
4,
for Steve Chapman,
7,
and a third place
8,
for Jack Northworthy.
race over.
So,
the finishing order is 1, 3, 4,
8,
7,
10, 11, 12,
10,
6, 2,
11,
5,
12,
8.
6,
Game over.
2.
Right, can we have Joel Whitworth, Sarah Norsworthy and Mike Watts to pick up your trophies, please? Joel, Sarah and Mike, if you can get your trophies, thank you.
So marshals will be from the Blinky F final, race 5. Headed by Stu Eyre. So it looks like we've got, yeah, most of the guys out there. That's good. So
next up on the calendar, we have the D final.
30 seconds till race
number
7.
Okay, if you guys are ready, then do you know what? So am I. So here we go then. 10 seconds.
Give a little wave to Steph the belly up there on the driver's rostrum. The old mucker. Right then, drivers. Big start here for the pole position man. Car number 1, James, white, red, or shall it be orange and black. Looks mean on the track, looks mean on the scene. What a mean machine it is onto the Schumacher Straight, racing knots. But they started a lap ago, and trying to get those temperatures on the slick of Valenti.
Good first lap, everybody, well done.
Tyres into what we call race temperature, early doors, heating up as they go through the complex into the MB complex now for the third time of asking. So we've got 4 cars which technically could be in the mix here on the first minute of racing. Race number 7, D final, 17.5 Blinky. So the first 3 certainly getting a little bit close and sociable as they come towards race control for what's going to be the 4th time of asking, past race control into the antenna right-hander, and your race leader, James Herring, just opening up a little bit of daylight between himself, Joshua Rose and Josh Barfield, Joe Barfield in 3rd position. James Burgess in 4th position, Mark Wilson there in 5th position, Jamie, Finley, Paul, Stewart, John, Joe and Sam Fletcher bringing up the rear with car 11 in 12th position. So there goes the dice for 1st and 2nd onto the start-finish straight, or should I say the start straight into complex 1, 2 and 3. Not much between these 2 here, keeping the electricity and the momentum going very well indeed. But I think that James has opened up just a little bit of a gap now. It's a second between 1st and 2nd position on the track, but the dice for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th.
Try and work together, guys, as best you can.
Including the referee getting involved just a little bit there. So this is a dice between Mark, Josh, James and Jamie, and Finley in the mix as well. So cars 4, 3, 5, 6, 9 and 7 all in a chance of finishing on the podium in 3rd position. Meanwhile, this is the dice now. Your race leader just coming past the tail ender, and that could be tricky if you don't get the cooperation of the guy who's just about to be lapped. So in fact, it's not the race position, it's a new race leader. It's the yellow and black car. Lovely color schemes on these cars here. Look faster under the lights as well when the light catches the RC paint on the front of those Lexan bodies. So while we were watching the dice for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th, we have a new race leader going to the complex down the Schumacher Straight. So it is Joshua Rose, car number 2, in front of your pole position man, car number 1, as they get towards race control, coming past race control now, into Beckett's, onto the money, onto the brakes, sweet as a die. Down the Schumacher Straight into 1s, 2 and 3. Very nicely controlled as well. Now we got traffic in front of these guys. This could bring out a different result. I remember last time here in the A final for the modified, it was traffic that caused the 3rd place man to lose out right at the death of it. So we got a tail ender between 1st and 2nd on the track here, into Beckett's, left, then right, left and right again, back to the Schumacher Straight into the complex. Nice driving here from Joshua Rose, car number 2 in the lead of the D final, 17.5 Blinky. And it looks like he's opened just a little bit of a gap on the 2nd place man, which is your pole position man. That's the orange, black and white car coming down the Schumacher Straight into the complex right now. It's a left-hander, it's a right-hander, a left and a right again through the mini straight, and it looks like your pole position man's closed up the gap a little bit. Oh, and a big trap, and the battery's out. That car's dead. The battery's out of that car at the antenna turn. He was under all sorts of pressure, and poor old then got the battery out as well. He lost the battery, the donuts and the sandwiches, so everything dropped out of that car all at the one time, and I think we might get it back in. It's super quick, but unfortunately game over, and that was just a little bit of enthusiasm and not too much talent. And we got another one going over there, and that's clear the right track, so that's 3 or 4 corners, and the marshal missed the loop. I think he's missed the loop because he put it on the wrong side of the track, so that's going to lose him a lap. But unfortunately, he didn't. He put himself in that position when he clipped the wrong side of the barrier. So while all that was going on, 18 seconds remain on the clock, and your pole position man is back in the lead of this D final. James Herring, and we got that car back on. Yes, car number 2 back into the groove here. Joshua Rose I think he's going to get, no, he's not going to get, decided not to participate no more.
9.
So looks like
3,
your pole position man.
8,
Here he comes up the mini
6,
straight in front of Beckett.
12,
into the antenna
11,
right-hander for the last time.
1,
takes victory.
10,
he must be thinking,
7,
I'd have had it anyway.
5,
I'd have got him
4,
anyway. And Joshua
race
Rose
over.
was thinking,
The finishing order is
he'll go and look at that part of the track where he got
4,
a little
8,
bit too anxious
6,
and
11,
ambitious
10,
and just
7,
went into the
9,
marking clearly.
3,
Got some air miles, lost the battery, lost his donut, lost the Mars bar, lost a can of Coke, and now he's got to go himself, calm him down, have a game of tennis and sleep for half an hour, then he'll come out and do his marshalling. So, game over there for the D final, race number 7, done into the midst of time, ready for the next round here in February.
Okay, marshals will be
Right,
from
can we
the...
have Toby, Michael and Jordan, Toby Gittins, Michael Little and Jordan Coleman, please, up to get your trophies. Michael, Toby, Michael and Jordan from the F final, can you come up and get your trophies, please? Thank you.
And marshals will be from the 17.5 E final, headed up by Scott Sholey.
30 seconds till race 8.
Okay, we're just double checking on some marshals.
So I was looking for the marshals. Let's get these guys on.
Steve Jones, yep.
So we've got Fabian Mielmucker in pole position, Aaron Turner, Dave
Steve Jones,
Andrew Daniel Stewart, Ashley Stu, Tom, Dale, Kris and Adam.
we have a Steve Jones still here.
C final, race number 8. I think we are just waiting on a few marshals to appear. I think we got the track covered now. Have we? No, we don't.
So we're looking for Steve Jones, please.
Come on, marshals. Waiting on you.
Still no Steve Jones. Is Igor here? Oh, here we go, look. Thank you. So we have no Steve Jones, so do we have a volunteer who would like to volunteer on point 9? Very poor this is for from you guys. Yeah, I can see that as well. So really, there's no excuse for the lack of marshalling from you guys. You know, we've all been here all day. This is really disappointing that these guys should choose not to marshal. But as always, the Stafford Club step up, so respect. Okay then, we'll go on to 10 seconds then. Here we go.
So after all that, car number 1, Fabian, red and white car, brings the pack away for the first racing lap here in the C final, race number 8, 17.5 Blinky. Through the antenna turn onto the Schumacher straight. Oh, and he got a little bit of a love touch there from the light turquoise car in second position. Aaron Turner was looking for that, and he's right up the tailpipe of the race leader. And he did have that position, but Fabian said, I'm coming through, and shut the door big time on Aaron Turner, so he just lost out there, but he's still on that track and still running, but Fabian has been delayed as well, so we have a new race leader. right carnage here. So I think that looks like Dave Sedgwick, car number 3, in the lead from Fabian now in second position. He's got to give chase. And Aaron Turner with a very hot motor car at his fingertips down there in 4th position. Make that 5th position after 3 laps of racing. 17.5 Blinky. Race number 8, C final on the surface of the MICC. Round number 2 here in December 2024 to find the ultimate champion on this grippy surface here and this track configuration, which I said before will give you a good lap time if you can get it all together. We've got 7 rights, we've got 6 rights, 5 lefts and 1 straightaway. And this is where I think Fabian's been parked in the scenery, and that's his race done and dusted, I believe, as one car comes to see if he can just nudge him out of the way. So now Dave Sedgwick, car number 3, in the lead from Andrew, and it's Dave Bucks, car number 5, in 3rd position. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 11, 8, 10, 9 and 1. 1:35 on the clock. Race number 8, the C final. So Dave, Andrew and Daniel. Stu Evans from the Stafford Club up into 4th position from 6 on the grid. So we'll keep an eye and check to see exactly how these guys are going to close up. There's only 1 second between 1st and 2nd. Dave and Andrew very close past the loop. Down the back straight now. The red car and the green car with the white bonnet, the white lid on the front. So this is your race leader, car number 3. Oh, and a look there from the inside. That's not the part of the track to do it, but maybe the straight and the braking zone into turns 1 down the Schumacher straight. This is your race leader in the C final. The red car with the green car right on his tailpipe as they come up towards the braking zone. And again, I think Andrew was looking, and he's looked, and the race leader's got a little bit wide, and that's allowed the 2nd place man into the lead. David Bucks goes into the lead, car number 5 in the lead of this C final race, number 8 on the calendar as they come towards race control now over the loop. Dave Sedgwick still leading from Daniel Brooks, then is Andrew. So car number 8, or should I say race number 8 C final, 2:44 on the clock. Dave, Daniel, Andrew, Alan, Stewart down there in 5th position with car number 6 now. Ashley, Stu, Fabian, who's dropped all the way down into 8th position on the track. Then it's Kris, Dale, Adam and Tom. 3 minutes on the clock now. We'll just take a sense check of where we are in this C final. Dave Sedgwick, car number 3, still in the lead with Daniel Brooks right on his boot lid as they get up towards turns numbers 1, 2 and 3. Coming towards race control now. This is where we saw a few mistakes happen, people going for the inside. So Dave Sedgwick and Daniel Brooks going down the back straight now, very close together in the 1 minute and 30 seconds to go on the clock. 1 minute 30 seconds to go here. There goes your race leader towards the loop. Dave Sedgwick and Daniel Brooks, cars numbers 3 and 5 respectively. Into the left-hander, into the right-hander. The white car under all sorts of pressure now. Can he just hold that position as he comes to the loop one more time? Dave Sedgwick and Daniel Brooks almost together on the same frequency. Down the Schumacher straight into 1, 2 and 3. Into the complex now as they come towards race control. This is getting very hot as we got 1 more minute to go. There they are over the loop. Tail-ender moves out the way. The white car just about leads as they go down the Schumacher straight towards turns 1, 2 and 3. But closing up very rapidly indeed. It looks like Daniel Brooks is going to take a manoeuvre, goes up the inside. He just about backed out of that one. Through Beckett's is really on his gearbox as they come down the Schumacher straight here. 40 seconds to go. Race number 8, the C final. These two have got nothing left in the box. He's gone for the inside. He's used all his tyres up, or has he? Oh, what a bit of a race up. He just dropped the throttle there just to let him go again, because I think Andrew car 4 has closed up on this battle here, and he's gone in for a position on that 3rd place. It does look like Dave Sedgwick. Oh, when he's got the body shoal tucked up, then that's his race over, because we've got 15 seconds to go. What a shame. Absolutely out on the money here, but this is the race now. We have a brand new leader. It's Andrew, car 4 off the 4th off the grid. He's got all sorts of problems with Dave Sedgwick now back in that 2nd position. I think it's too much of a gap as we've got 5 minutes on the clock now. It is to the line.
12,
how is this going to outcome?
9,
I think Dave's put it in the scenery, and we have a brand
11,
new race leader and victory
4,
for Andrew, car number 4, right at
6,
the death of a very exciting
7,
C final
10,
race number 8. Stuart
3,
Evans from Stafford
5,
comes up to say
race
thank you
over.
very much.
The finishing
Tilts his
order
hat, takes
is
that 2nd
4,
place with car
6,
number 6 in front
7,
of Ashley.
3,
and it all went
5,
wrong.
Well done,
8,
drivers.
A few
1,
race leaders
11,
right on the last
10,
couple of quarters
12.
of that C final. But here we go. Right, can we have some more people up for trophies, please? Scott Shuley, Steve Chapman, and Jack Norsworthy. Scott, Steve, and Jack, can you come up and get your trophies, please? Thank you.
Marshals for the next group will be from the 17.5D final. James Herring, Joshua Rose, etc. So if you guys can make yourselves ready, then we won't have any more hold-ups.
Okay, marshals, if you can do us the honours of getting to your marshalling positions first so we don't hold up the
30
race.
seconds till race
across the
9.
globe here. And we need to keep the drivers entertained. Their tyres are on the heat blankets and they've just come up, so we can get some temperature in those 28 Melanti slicks.
Right,
So
do a quick sweep of marshals.
pole position man is Will Everett from Kris Neff.
Missing at the moment is Marshal 4.
Greener, Andy Robson, Sam Richardson, James Robinson,
Which is
Andy
Mark Wilson.
Krieger, Simon Farlow, John Goodhire, Godbeer, Paul Slight, and Alex Bold. 12 cars on the grid. And just wait for the marshal.
Finley.
Finley Galley. Is there a Finley Galley in the room? Up in the corner in 8? 8, I think you are, aren't you? Number 9. Well, lo and behold, where's Stuart Woodend? Excellent, thank you, Stuart.
Okay, guys, we're good to go. So 10 seconds.
So the computer gets race number 9 off and running for the next 5 minutes or so with your pole position man. Lovely pink-coloured car there through the Beckett's complex now. Nicely through the antenna right-hander down the Schumacher straight towards turns 1, 2 and 3 are racing knots off the start straight. And that is Will
Good first lap, everybody.
From 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. So almost where they started in this B final, race number 9 on the calendar. Big lead for your race leader to open up a little bit of a gap of just about 1.2 seconds over the second place man, which is going to be Kris Neff in front of Michael Markman as they get onto the Schumacher straight. So the dice hotting up between second and third, right at the sharp end of the business. Then we've got a bit of a gap between James Greener and Andy Robson from the Stafford Club, who's got a little bit of company right behind him. Gap in front of Andy Robson because he can see the boot lid of James Greener, but he's got Andrew Trigger, Sam Robinson, James Robinson, Paul, Alex and Sam not too far behind. So your race leader now just coming on to the Schumacher straight. Will Everett, car number 1, just missed out on the A final, 17.5 Blinky. Coming through the complex now towards the back straight, nicely up there. Now watch the speed as he goes into Beckett's, now into the right hand at the antenna turn through the S's onto the Schumacher straight. And the 2 cars that are following are dicing for second and third positions. That's Kris and Michael, 2 and 3 respectively on the track, 1:29 on the clock. B final, race number 9 on the calendar. MICC round 2 here at Telford. Live stream across the globe. If you want to see the results, check out www.RC Results on under the banner of MB Models, your sponsor for today's event. And as I say, a big thank you to everybody that's involved, the Stafford crew for helping put the track down, the Michael, and Neil for the PC, the sound and the live stream, Roger Cosgrove, race control director, Steph up there on the driver's rostrum, Charlie in scrutineering, and Neil's kitchen outside for keeping the substance in our bodies all the way through yesterday and today. So here comes your race leader down past the race control centre into Beckett's, around the antenna turn. Lovely piece of driving here from Will Everett, pole position man 10 laps ago. He's converted it into a 1.47 second lead over the second place man, Kris Neff. Kris Neff now in the second position with Michael Markman not too far behind. We've got about half a second between these two and racing nuts. So your race leader now dicing with the tail enders, or will be, as we just make sure that pole position doesn't get into the mix of the tail enders as he goes onto the back straight there. Kris and Michael, same sort of distance of where they started, and that was about 12 laps ago, so in time about 3 minutes ago as well, because we're up on the 3rd minute now. There goes your race leader past the antenna turn, and the yellow coloured car is that car that's in second place with Michael Macklin not too far behind with a green and white car. So here comes your race leader now, mixing it with the tail enders. The yellow car with the white flashes and the black aerofoil at the rear of the car is your second place man. And the tail ender just in front of your third place man. The green, light coloured green car with the white tail end is your third place man. That's driven nicely by Michael Macklin, car number 3. So it does look like with 1.5 minutes to go, if he can keep up this performance and keep the car sweet into the apexes and keep away from trouble, it does look like Will Everett will be taking some points in towards round 2 of the championship with one more round to go for the MICC Super Cup. Let's see who's going to work up in that championship. So these cars running around a controlled Volanti 28 slick tyre, which is well up to racing temperatures. Oh, and the race leader getting a bit of a dice there, and that's allowed the second place man to close right up. Tail ender going the way. I think they was a bit confused on which way he was going to go, but that's closed off. Kris Neff is right on the money on this one. The white car with the green flashes, white flashes, should I say, right behind the race leader, and it's about the length of the driver's rostrum up there between first and second with 4:17 on the clock. Just about 40 seconds to go on the timing clock in front of race control. So your race leader now with another tail ender in front of him. He's got the headlights on. He's got his arm out the window. He's very relaxed about his driving, but just needs a bit of cooperation. For first and second down the mini straight in front of a right-hander. Post race control into Beckett's and in front of the antenna right-hander. Left and right and left, back onto the straight into the right-handing complex now. 15 seconds on the clock. B final, race number 9. It's hotting up for first and second. The pink car in front of the yellow and white car with a black wing on the back. This is the dice for first and second position. Kris Neff is trying to do everything he can to will that car past him.
5,
he needs the force, he needs to come back and
7,
vaporise his
6,
first position. Is he going to do it? It's to the line.
11,
That's going to be victory here
8,
for Will Everett
12,
in front of Kris Neff. What a great
1,
result. What a great
2,
drive there by Will.
10,
just a
9,
bit of a tail ender moment.
race
but he
over.
got that
The
first
finishing
position.
order is
So well done,
1,
Will, in front
2,
of Kris, and
4,
James Greener comes
5,
up into
3,
take that third
11,
position in front of
8,
Andy Robson,
12,
Michael,
10,
Paul, Andy,
9,
Alex, John, Simon, James and Sam. Good B final there. Can we have James Herring, James Burgess and Mark Wilson to get your trophies, please? James Herring, Mark Burgess and Mark Wilson to get your trophies, please. Thank you. Right, that's the B final carved into the myths of yesteryear, and we now move to the A final, 17.5 Blinky. Automatrix car in pole position with the cup holder, reigning cup holder. That is Alex the Surgeon Finley. In front of Schumacher's James Hart. Finley Whitelock, another Schumacher driver in third position. Ricky Copsey for X-Ray. Mugen, top competitor. Paul Copton there in fifth position. Ben Cosgrove back on the track with his X-Ray in sixth. Sam Law, Ethan, Dom, Harley, Mason and Lord Ashton takes to the rostrum, ladies and gentlemen. He's back here in 12th position.
Okay then, just before we start this final, what I'd like to do is to thank all the drivers today for your efforts. It's been a most enjoyable meeting to oversee. Really enjoyed the driving standards today. Really, really good, and let's hope that the next round is as good, if not better. So thank you very much. So we'll get underway now. I think we have all the marshals. So we'll go on to 10 seconds, drivers.
Zach Finley, Automatrix, leads the A final, 17.5 Blinky in front of Schumacher's James Hart up the grid round the track for the first time. Zach and James have been at each other's throats for the last 50 years racing RC cars. It's always been them two in 17.5 or 13.5. Have always been at the game, but Zach now, we call him the surgeon because he's so crisp and precise around any track with a radio control RC car, absolutely on the money. So James Hart holding down that second position in front of Team Schumacher teammate. That's Friendly Winlock in, well, it's the first and third and second for Schumacher at the moment. And then we've got Paul Crompton coming up there with his Mugen car. So he's doing very well indeed. Ricky Copsey has just dropped down into fifth position with car number 4. So looking at the razor-sharp reactions there, faster than a fly from left and right is Zach Finley, with James Hart not too far behind his wheel tracks, and James just can do anything about the speed that he's got the ability to certainly win this race, but the only thing stopping him winning this race is that green-coloured car, the lime green-coloured Automatics car of Zach Finley in the lead, just coming onto the Schumacher straight in towards the complex left and right affair, which is right now the MB Models complex, and he's opened up just a 1.4 second gap. I suppose it's interesting to see that right behind James Hart is Friendly Whitelock and Paul Crompton, Ricky Copsey, Sam Law, Ethan, Ben, Dom, Haley, Kris and Mason Watson, all in the mix. There's not too much distance between second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th. They're all there in the mix, one coming together. And I think we could have a change of positions from about third down to ninth here in the A final. Race number 10, 2:01 on the clock, with Zach Finley, as I call him, the surgeon, out there in the lead of the A final, right in front of Schumacher's James Hart, top driver for Schumacher in 17.5. And Friendly Whitelock car number 3 holding down a very good third position, about 3 seconds off the leader's pace and 1 second behind the second place guy. So it is 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 8, 7, 6, 9, 10, 12, and 11 in the 17.5 affair. 2:36 on the clock, just over halfway. Here comes the very mighty Zach Finley down the straight into 1 and 2. Oh, and a little bit of a 4 wheels in the air there for Zach. He's really pushing that car. He hasn't come off the throttle a bit. Let's see what his fastest lap times are. At the moment, he's doing a 13:30, 13:60 for James Hart, 13:62 for Friendly, 13:57 there for Paul, 13:83 for Ethan, Ricky Copsey, 13:73. So just about 3/10 quicker than James Hart on the last lap is Zach Finley. Now he's opened up the taps. He's got those 28 Valenti tire slick tires up into what they call the working window, very nicely in the groove as well. 3:20 on the clock, just 1:40 to go here in the A final, race number 10 on the calendar, the MICC round number 2 here at Telford, the Record Centre in the UK. Live stream across the globe as well. Zach Finley through Beckett's and round the antenna, left and right, down on the Schumacher straight, and there's no gap between James Hart and Zach Finley. In fact, it's opened up now between James and Friendly. They've just opened up about 1.5 seconds between second place and third position. So that is getting back into the groove, and I think James Hart cannot do anything about Zach. He's now opened it up to 2.68 seconds. His last lap was 13:30, 13:60. That's the fastest laps they've got, and that was on laps 5 and 6 of this A final. Now on to the 18th lap. He almost done a 23er in qualifying, did Zach, with the Automatics car. But now really in the groove. He's got the length of the straight between himself and second place James Hart. There he comes, can do nothing, can't push the barriers, he can't do anything, just got to sweetly drive, know your position, know where you are, keep it 1 and 2 all the way through to the finish. 36 seconds on the clock to go, guys. 36 seconds for the finish of the A final, race number 10. Very tidy affair so far. So it's not strictly come dancing this is about real control, razor-like reactions that you need to have, and super quick and precise around this track. And you can ride the curbs, but if you go a bit too greedy and ride the curbs, you will pay the dividend. So Zach Finley now on his closing down speed with 5 seconds to go. I think he's got to put one more lap on the scoreboard before we finish your laps, drivers.
9,
James, you got second place.
2,
well done.
3,
But, almost a lap of honour now. This is going to be a 3.5
4,
second lead for Zach
11,
Finley and another win.
8,
And I think he's going to
5,
retain the cup, the
6,
MICC Cup, over
10,
the line. Give him a round of applause,
12,
ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely brilliant
7,
result there.
race
Well done,
over.
Surgeon.
The finishing
Known
order
as Zach
is
Finley,
1,
automated
2,
car,
3,
position in
4,
front of Schumacher's
8,
James Hart,
5,
Finley Winlock,
6,
White
10,
Oxley, then
12,
Blinky, Copsey, Ethan
7,
Southall, Paul Crompton, Ben Cosgrove, Haley, Kris, Sam, Dom, and Mart. Mesa Western just bringing up 12th with car number 11. So we do have official royal appointment that the Lord was on the driver's rostrum, but everybody else will have to now take all his pitting kit back to the car, clean his car for him, wipe him down, and put him back in the vehicle. Well done, Mr. Ashton, sir. Right, so that's the A final into the midst of time. Now we move into open modified, which will be the B final. 2 more races to go on the calendar. So Nicky, Carl, Tom, Paul, Ollie, Lena, Michael, Craig,
30
John,
seconds
Alex,
till race
Tom.
11.
Competitors for race number 11, the B final, open modified, super fast, super quick. They're very much on the money, these guys here. So get the marshals organised.
So marshals will be from the 17.5 B final. Let's see where we get to. Yes, you're the last one, Will. Okay, we're good to go. So 10 seconds, Mr. K.
Two. So here we go with the B final open modified. It looks like Nicky Taylor had a great start from pole position and then dropped it after a couple of laps. So Carl Dodds in front of Tom Clements. 2, 3, 1, 4, 7, 5, 8, 6, 11, 9 and 10 is the running order. So it does look like we have a new race leader after the start of the B final.
That'll work.
Come on with this. Go on. Okay. We will get ready for a bit more energy needed in the radio market. Not coming up red. I don't know why it never come on. No. So B final coming up on 1 minute and 45 seconds into the race. Just under 3 to go now. Your running order is 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 7, 11, 6, 8, 10 and 9. Nicky Taylor pole position, going in third position currently as we speak, but there's a long way to go here. 3 minutes of racing. A lot of time out down the track. Super fast cars as they go around. The fastest cars in electric. Oh, big ton air miles. Fantastic. Got to give him a prize for that. We'll take a check and see who that is as he comes past. I think the driver pilot got out of that car.
That gets a 6.5 from me.
Let's see who that is as he goes over the line. That is Craig Russell. Gets the trophy for the highest jump, I think, here today. Air miles all what? Give him a Kit Kat. Fantastic. even got a round of applause. So Carl Dodds, car number 2 in the lead of the B final, 2.5 minutes gone, 2.5 to go. Race number 11, 1 more to go before the fast drivers, or faster drivers, come out, where they qualified for this race here, round 2 of the MICC here at Telford today. As I said before, we got drivers from all over Europe here today, all over the UK. 136 drivers completing in 3 disciplines across 12 heats, 34 in front-wheel drive, 80 in 17.5 Blinky, 22 in the open mod. A mix of chassis from Schumacher, Automatrix, Yokomo, Mugen RC, Maker, X-Ray, Iris and Infinity. Stretcher drivers as well. Nice to have a mix of male and female drivers here at Telford today as well for round 2 of the MICC Championship. Round 3 is on the 23rd of February next year. So while we got a chance, we'll take a breath and wish everybody listening to this and across the globe on live stream a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And thank you for joining us on the live stream in Telford today. Coming up with 3 minutes and 45 seconds completed, 1:15 on the clock, race number 11. Tom Clements is in the lead with car number 3. Carl Dodds has moved down into 2nd position with car 2. We've got 1 car parked in front of race control, just about gets it going again. Well, 1 car just parked on the scenery, and the screams of marshals, get me onto the other side of the track so I can count my lap. That's easy done. Into the final minute of the B final, open modified. And it does look like Tom Clements has got a big lead now. 2.69 seconds the lead over 2nd place man, which is Carl Dodds, and Paul Chambers, car 4, in 3rd position. 2, 3 and 4 on the podium as we speak. Live and direct. Not a rehearsal. Oh, 1 car swapping ends, and it can be very, very tricky when a car does that to you. Remember, these cars are so quick. Very quick between breakages, absolutely rapid round this technical circuit here at the MICC for round 2 in Telford at the Racket Centre. On the countdown now to finish this race, it looks like Tom Chambers, car number 2, has hopefully got this one in the bag. Yellow car going down the Schumacher straight into the right-handers now into the complex. And it is finisher laps drivers. So the yellow car with the black wing at the back is going to take a victory in the B final.
11,
over the line.
10,
well done, Tom Chambers.
3,
victory in the B
2,
final, open modified
4,
in front of Carl and Paul Chambers.
6.
Then it's Nicky, Michael,
Race over.
Lena,
The finishing
Alex,
order
Craig,
is
Ollie,
3,
and Jean.
2, 4,
Game
1,
over.
7, 11, 6, 10, 8, 5.
So just before we finish, what I would like to do is to thank the Stafford Club in particular for their efforts putting the track together, because I think this has been a really, really good track today. Nice and flowing, and it's all stuck together pretty well. So Kris Barrett and his guys from Stafford, from me to you, thank you. Much appreciated.
Here, here, Roger. Well done, mate. Can we have Will Everett, Chris Neff and James Greener to get your trophies, please? Will, Chris and James. Will Everett, Chris Neff and James Greener. Pick up your trophies immediately, if not sooner. Thank you very much indeed. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys and goddesses, we come...
Why are we doing more than 1 warm-up lap? What is going on?
The final race of today. Sorry, Roger, I was... final race of today, which is going to be the open modified touring cars. So in pole position, Elliot, another surgeon, Elliot the Surgeon Harper with the Schumacher, in front of Alex Thurston with a very fast Mugen car. The fastest lady driver in Europe with us today, Harley Aldridge with the X-Ray, in front of Peter Eagles from Schumacher, Andy Murray from Schumacher, Chris Granger, Ethan Southall, and Will with the Schumacher, Will with the Mugen. Chris Parrott on the Schumacher, well done making the A, Chris. John Seals and Mikey Mansell bringing up 9, 10 and 11. Right, just going to get the marshals organised before we go into the final race of the day. Just making some last-minute track preparation, make sure that the track is in the condition we would like it to be when racing on this surface. We say thank you to the 136 competitors that supported round 2 of this 3-round championship, 2 to count, of course. And we say thank you to, as Roger just said, to everybody who's been helping put the track together. Big job, because we've got to put it all away again in about 5 minutes from now.
Okay, guys, so just before we start, after the last round, it got a little bit messy halfway through. So if you can, keep it nice and clean, respectful in particular. So you don't need to keep it buried. You can always lift off a little bit. So let's see how we get on. So 10 seconds then, drivers.
Schumacher versus Mugen from the start of the A final. Race number 12, A final, open modified. Elliot Harper and Alex Thurston. And we've just been told in this race we have the butcher known as Kris from the Stafford Club, who's racing right down there at the bottom of the track. He'll wait for the faster cars to catch him up, then he'll butcher him off the track, I'm sure. That's his track record, is Kris the Parrot. So here he goes round at the last minute. Now then, this is where you can see these guys. The difference between these guys is they are riding the curbs and they're not taking anything out of this. But the Mugen car looking mighty fast in second place. But Elliot Harper, Schumacher, MI9 and then some, just hugging the curves just a little bit, not leaving any daylight for Alex to have a look up the inside. 48 seconds on the clock. The dice right at the sharp end of business in round 2 of the MICC Championship here at Telford, between Elliot Harper now, cup holder, and of course we got cup looker, we could say, because Steph is the cup holder in this open modified, but he's not here. So it looks like we're going to have a brand new cup holder in the MICC. It could be the green coloured driver, the car with the green coloured shell there, Elliot Harper, Schumacher, MI9, leading the race at about 1:16 on the clock. And they're so fast over the curves, both of them over the curves. There's a lot more grip there, I've been told by James Hart, but you can't get too greedy too much and you'll be off the circuit like a fly down a jam pod. That's absolutely for sure. So Alex Sergen not getting too close to Elliot Harper as we just come towards the 1:36 mark on race number 12 on the calendar. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 8, 10 and 9. So from the bottom end up, it looks like Kris the Butcher Parrot is in there. He's in the mix, but he's not actually again. So it looks like Elliot Harper opened up just a little bit of daylight there. 0.6 of a second at this particular rate is very quick indeed, because Alex Thurgan was mixing it up there in traffic. Steph the Belly on the driver's rushing was a race referee trying to warn people to come up and get out the way. Oh, that could have been mighties, but these two have got through the last 4 cars and they've passed them successfully. 2 minutes 18 seconds on the clock. Elliot Harper, the green flash, surgeon-like reactions, absolutely changes direction quicker than a cat on a scalded hot tin plate. Absolutely on the money here, Alex Thurgan, not too far behind. One slip, one mistake, one greedy corner from Elliot, and I think we could have a change of the leadership in the open A final modified. Super quick car on the Volanti 28 slicks. They must be boiling those temperatures off the cars at the moment. Elliot Harper, Alex Thurston, Harley Aldridge, the fastest lady in Europe in touring cars, in the mix with the X-Ray there in 3rd position. So we got Schumacher, Mugen and X-Ray all in the mix here, trying to fight out for victory. So Harley not too far behind. She had those wonderful yellow stickers on the car earlier and they looked so quick. But Harley now really saw her right, putting the money in there. So Harley not too far. It's about 5 seconds the gap, but that could be one mistake if these two come together. Oh, and somebody's lost a tyre. I think we've just seen one car going over the track there, and that's a tyre coming off. Marshall picks it up, burns his hand because it's so hot. almost burns his hand, so hot. Oh, and somebody's just going off the track there, and that's the body shell took up. That could cost you valuable seconds. But looking out to the track again to see the dice right at the sharp end, it looks like the gap is opening up between 1st and 2nd. It's up to about 0.8 of a second. 12.66 last time round for Elliot Harper, 12.68 for Alex Thurston, 12.69 for Harley Aldridge, 12.99 for Peter Eagles. So they're all in the mid-12s at the moment.
Last minute drivers.
MICC track. but you can't take your eye off the sharp end of the business right here. Elliot Harper getting away from the Mugen driver Alex Thurston, and Harley Aldridge is in the mix for third position. As I say, one of the highest ranked female drivers in touring cars and gas racing across Europe. Must be a very proud figure of a dad, Brian Aldridge. Talking to him earlier, he is very proud indeed. So does look like Elliot Harper now is way into the distance. He's not come off the power whatsoever.
Thank you, Kris.
12.92 to a 12.66, so 2/10 in it on terms of lap times. It's all about keeping the grip down on the track. So it's about the length of the straight between first and second, which if you work it out is 0.76 of a second between first and second. 12 seconds on the clock. These two going to go round here one more time. We could say this is the last lap of round 2 of the MICC. Race number 12 on the calendar. The green flash, Elliot Harper, Schumacher, MI9 coming towards the line. And victory there for Elliot Harper in front of Alex Thurston from Mugen. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That is what you call entertainment sky high through the roof.
Race
well
over.
done, you guys.
The finishing order is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8,
Peter Eagles,
11,
Andy Murray, Chris
9,
Granger, Will,
7.
Mikey, Chris the Butcher Parrott, Ethan and John Seals. Game over on the racing. Thank you to Roger Cosgrove for coming here. He's not been too well today, but he's been there as well. Thank you to Michael Ball. Thank you to Neil as well for the IC, for the web stream, the sound and everything else. Thank you to Charlie in Scrutineering, to Neil's Kitchen out there, and thank you to you guys. We will see you hopefully in February. Right, can we have Zach Finley, James Hart and Finley Whitelock to get your trophies, Tom Clements, Carl Dodds and Paul Chambers to get your trophies, and Elliot, Alex and Harley, when you got your cars back, mate, can you get
we have Will as well for junior.
Get your trophies? And can we have Will, please? Will Jigsaw for getting your junior trophy. Thank you.